Well, hello and thanks for joining Off the Stone Knife Sharpening. Today I have a very exciting unboxing video. The reason this is very exciting is this is a sharpening kit, which means there are several sharpening stones inside of this box. And I want to check them out, so let's do this. All right, let's open these up. Here we go. And I got these from Sharpening Supplies, and they gave me this free catalog. Pretty cool. We'll check that out later. At least I will. All right, let's open these beauties up. Look at that. Just beautiful. So this is the Shapton Glass Stone 7 kit, and it comes with 3 sharpening stones. And the reason it's called the Shapton Glass Stone 7 is because there are 7 millimeters of actual sharpening abrasive on each stone. Wrapping was on very nicely. All right, let's check it out. There they are. What beauties. Check that out. So this is the 25 micron, or you could say about 600 grit sharpening stone. And this is the coarsest one they have. I would almost consider this like a medium stone. 600 grit is just right on the edge of where I would say you'd call it coarse or medium. It really depends on the company and what the stone, how the stone cuts, because different companies have the same grit levels for sharpening stones, but they all cut slightly differently. The next on the list is the 6.70 micron, and this one's about a 2500 grit. When it comes to sharpening knives, this is one of my favorite sharpening stones. And I'm not saying the Glass Stone 7 kit because I don't know how this one cuts, but when it comes to about a 2000 and a 2500 grit sharpening stone, the razor edge that it puts on after you would go from a coarse or a medium stone is just phenomenal. And then this stone, the 0.44 micron, this thing is just crazy. So what's unique about this is Shapton's larger glass stones that are like 8 by 3 inches don't even reach this level of grit. This is over 30,000 grit level, which means this will put a crazy polish on your knife edge. And that was one appeal to me for getting this kit, is I do like a very high polish on some of my knives. And yeah, so what you're talking about with this guy is just about the finest of finest polishing you can get. Over 30,000 grit is just absolutely insane. There's more in this box, but one thing to notice is the size of these stones. They are a bit smaller. They're not super tiny or anything, but they're only like 6¼ long by almost like 1.5 inches. It's like 1 7/16 wide. And like I said, they're 7 millimeters thick, which is why they're called the 7. But so they are a little bit smaller than some sharpening stones. And that's probably going to be one of the only disadvantages of a kit like this, is that these are a little bit smaller than some people might want for a sharpening stone. Let's see what else is in the box. Very nice packaging from Shapton. All of this is extremely nice. All right, and check out this bad boy. Now, what's cool about this is it has a lot of height. Look at how much height that adds. Whenever you're sharpening, you never want to be, well, let me just set this down and show you. Whenever you're sharpening, you don't want your knuckles or your hand to hit something while you're sharpening. It'll get in the way and it can mess up your angle. So this little stone holder, it's got some weight to it. It's actually pretty heavy. But it being heavy and having these rubber stops on it and being elevated at the position it is will help you to sharpen without knocking your hands and knuckles, which is wonderful. Look at the craftsmanship of this beauty. I mean, that is just gorgeous. One thing I'd have to say already from just opening this up and looking at it is look at the aesthetics that Shapton focused on with this kit. I mean, all of these stones are just beautiful glass. This sharpening stone holder is absolutely beautifully crafted. I'm very excited to use this. All right, the next thing in our box, let's check it out. This is wrapped up nicely. And this is a diamond lapping plate. When you get the 8x3 Shapton Glass Stones, you can buy the diamond lapping plate for them, and just the lapping plate itself is, I believe, over $300. So for this to be included, to be able to lap these and make sure your stones are completely flat when sharpening is a huge bonus, and it definitely makes this a much larger value because let's say you get a bunch of wet stones or you get a kit of wet stones. It may not come with a stone holder, it may just come with a carrying case or something. But what's great about this kit so far as I'm looking at it is you get a stone holder. It looks like really high quality. It's nice and heavy. Looks like it's not going to slide around. Obviously, we'll have to test that out when sharpening. You get a diamond lapping plate to make sure your stones are flat. And also they include this little pencil so you can mark on the stones. And once you take off that marker with this lapping plate, you'll know that your stones are flat. So that looks like about it. Get some nice Shapton stickers, which is cool. Yeah, so that is what comes in the package. Very impressive. I guess one question to answer is, could this be the only sharpening kit you'd ever need? From the looks of it, I would say, yeah, it looks like it. You've got a stone holder, which is always useful. You've got 3 different grits of sharpening stones. And what's great about those different grits is you basically have a coarse or a medium, you could say, a fine, and then an ultra fine. Or you could say a coarse, a fine, and a polishing stone, which is all you need. And actually, when it comes to sharpening, you could really just go with the 25 micron or the about 600 grit stone and be just fine. Might want to get like a leather strap, but basically just that stone and you'd be good to maintain your knives. But having these 2 extra grits is just very helpful. For me with kitchen knives, I would always want to end with like a 2000 or a 2500 grit just because it gives you that razor edge. But why not take it to the .44 micron and get a crazy polish on it as well, and it'll make the edge even more fine. So I'd have to say, pretty impressive kit, Shapton. I'm excited to use this, and I'm really excited to see what the polish is going to look like on this stone. I'm also curious to see, after running through these stones, how much of a polish you'll get, because jumping from a 2500 grit to the over 30,000 grit is quite a jump. I'm wondering if maybe an 8,000 or a 10,000, 12,000, whatever they make in between these stones would be best if you wanted to get like a mirror finish. But we'll definitely see. The only thing I got to do is take this out of the package. I have had some glass stones in the past, some Shapton glass stones. They were the 8x3s, and I don't remember. It was so long ago, and I was such a beginner sharpener that I don't remember how well they cut, but I remember they were definitely good. It's not as if they were disappointing at all, but my sharpening abilities were the disappointing aspect of it. So this will be really cool to see, with the level of experience I have now, how good of an edge I can get. Look at that beauty. That's the diamond lapping plate. Very, very nice. Feels very high quality. Everything in this kit, I'll tell you, feels high quality and doesn't shock you with Shapton craftsmanship. Well, I hope you enjoyed this unboxing video. I will soon make a video of sharpening with these beautiful stones and this nice stone holder, and we'll see what kind of edge we can get.